What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm the host, T Money, and today I'm going to be doing my game recap on the Bulls and the Sixers. Now, the Bulls blew the Sixers out 142 to 110. Bulls come into the matchup 22 and 35 on a 6-game losing streak. This was tough to know. First I'm just going to start off with just giving my opinion on the game and what I've seen. What I've seen was no Vucevic with a calf tightness. I didn't feel like that was true. I feel like they set him out to see what other players could do. Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, Trey Jones. They set him out to see what they acquired in the trade for LaVine. So I don't think he was really hurt. I really just felt like they was trying to get the other guys going, see what they was going to do, see what their role was going to be, and just see what the young guys can do. So today's starting five was Josh Giddey, Kevin Huerter, Lonzo, Buzelis, and Zach Collins at the 5. No Vucevic out with calf tightness. No Patrick Williams still out with that knee. No Jalen Smith. He was in concussion protocol. No Ayo with a shoulder. So Ayo is kind of like our best perimeter defender. And for the Sixers, Jared McCann was out for the season. There was no Eric Gordon. And B was out too. So both sides was kind of missing players. So we got to see a good matchup about who wanted more and who doesn't. So in the first quarter, I love the lineup we had out there. It was a lot of young guys out there scrapping and fighting, trying to get on the floor, trying to get minutes on the floor. Everybody was being aggressive for the most part in the first quarter. We shot 13 for 14 from free throw attempts in the first. By the time the first ended, we was up 39 to 30. Now, the lead didn't really seem like it was a big deficit. I thought it was going to be a competitive game. From what I've seen, kind of didn't really seem like that. It seemed like one team wanted it more than the other. In the second quarter, Kevin Huerter, he was doing his thing out there. Kevin Huerter came to play. They inserted him in the starting lineup to see what he can do. And in the first half, he made 4 threes. I was impressed. I was really impressed with that. And in the second quarter, he made about 3 in the second. Josh Giddey was doing his thing, rebounding, getting the ball off the glass, just pushing the tempo, making some smart passes. I love to see Josh Giddey get better on the defensive end and three-point shooting. And it seemed like those are the two things that he's been focused on. Because ever since I said that we got him, I'm like, okay, well, he don't play no defense and he's not a good shooter. So that's what I've been seeing, improvements from him. We all know that he's a great playmaker, great ball handler to be 6'8". I love to see him develop more that three-point shot. People respect him, step up on him, and then he can blow past some defenders. Even though he's not the fastest, he's not the most athletic. I love to see him get it off the glass and just go. It was a lot of good passing from the young guys. There was a lot of good help defense. It seemed like guys was out there trying to get minutes on the floor. Didn't really seem like nobody wanted to let up on the Bulls. But from the Sixers, it was like, 2 or 3 players probably playing hard out there, really. I didn't really see any effort from them on both ends. It's just like they were just out there. Like no Embiid, Paul George was out there, Maxey was out there, and this didn't seem like the Sixers really wanted to play tonight. Lonzo Ball had a incident where he went to the locker room with just 6 points in 8 minutes. It seemed like a breakout game for Zoe, but that was unfortunate to see that. Giddey was staying aggressive, pushing the tempo. He was doing pretty good. I love to see an aggressive Josh Giddey just take command of the team and say, look, guys, we got to get this ball. We got to go. This our team. We lead the league. We third in pace in the league. Got a lot of young guys running up and down the floor. I love when Josh Giddey is aggressive. There was a couple of dunks too. Buzelis had a crazy dunk off a Josh Giddey pass. I thought it was going to be a layup, but, he got the ball in there. And the Sixers just seemed like they just struggled in the first half. They just seemed like they just wasn't in tune with it. Like, they just didn't really care. I didn't really see no fight back, no competitiveness from the Sixers on either end. So, other than Maxey and Oubre, I didn't really see anyone on the Sixers really competing out there trying to win or trying to fight. So, by the time it was halftime, the Bulls scored a season-high 75 points at the half. The halftime score was 75 to 58. It was already a blowout. So I was like, wow. I mean, what more can we do? So the leaders at the half was Josh Giddey. He had 17 points, 10 rebounds. Kevin Huerter had 14 points with 4 threes at halftime. Maxey was doing his thing. Maxey had 13 points. PG had 16 points. I've seen a lot of ISO ball from both of those. Didn't really see any set plays, any run plays. A lot of ISO ball between Maxey and Paul George, which is that's kind of how they run their offense. I get it, them are 2 best players, but you still want to get other guys involved and still want to compete on both ends of the floor. I didn't see that from Philadelphia. In the third quarter, Lonzo Ball didn't return. Caught a nasty elbow to the head. Had to go back into concussion protocol. Buzelis, one thing I will say about Buzelis is that his athleticism got him on the floor. So to see Buzelis line up against Paul George all night, it's like he's accepting that not only I can score, I'm also going to be on this floor because I can defend. He accepted the Paul George assignment all night. I was impressed from what I seen from the young fella. Most people are back down from a star player like that, even if he is on one leg or whatever the case may be, injured, not 100%. Most players don't step up. Buzelis really stepped up and accepted that assignment to guard Paul George, so that was also good to see. The Bulls didn't let up in the third quarter. It was a constant, foot to the pedal, foot on their neck, don't let them breathe, get them up out of here. Kobe White hit a three, then Kevin Huerter came down and hit a three, which led to a Sixers timeout. After halftime, we came out on a 15-4 run, looking great out there. It was great, excellent ball movement. We had 23 assists, leading to 30 made field goals. We was also running up and down the floor, third in pace in the NBA. And Kevin Huerter had a game, man. That dude was on fire. He had a game, man. And in the third quarter, the Sixers missed 9 consecutive field goals, and they went 6 for 27 in the third quarter. That blew my mind when I saw that. Then Kobe White came down to the lane, got a dunk, and gave us 42 points in the paint. So not only was we shooting their face off, we was killing them in the paint. It just wasn't no effort from Philly. I didn't know what was the game plan. I don't know what the process is. The process not processing. I wouldn't trust that if I was a Philadelphia fan. So I don't know what their game plan was, but it seemed like they just waved the white flag by the time the third quarter got there. The Sixers fans was booing them. By the time it was the fourth quarter, we was leading 115-76. We scored 40 points to the Sixers 18 in the third quarter alone. This was just a dominating performance from the Bulls on both ends and a lackluster defense from the Sixers. I don't know what the game plan was. And in the fourth quarter, it was no let up. The Bulls just continued to massacre them. There was no fight back. It was nothing that they could really do. We was already up. The Bulls never really let up in the fourth quarter. It was the same tempo, same up and down. By the time the 4-minute mark came, both teams cleared their benches, so the game was pretty much over with. And the Bulls ended up getting a victory, 142-110. My goodness, that was a ridiculous score. I didn't even watch the last 2 minutes of this game. It really wasn't no point. It was just a dominant performance. I love what I've seen from the young guys. Love what I've seen on defense. I love the switching. I love the matchups. I love the lineups that Coach Billy Donovan had out there. Some game highs today. So Josh Giddey had 25 points, 16 rebounds, and a career-high 3 blocks. So not only Josh Giddey was getting the ball going, scoring, he was also challenging people on the defensive end. And what more can you ask for? Kevin Huerter finished the game with 23 points, made 7 threes. And Zach Collins had a game in his first Bulls start with 19 points. Maxey had a disappointing 13 points in 28 minutes. I was kind of disappointed in Maxey. I wanted to see more from him. But like I said, it was just a lackluster effort on both ends. So, Maxey just shrugged his shoulders like he didn't care. So he went to the bench. And PG ended with 19 points. It was some great matchups out there. Buzelis guarded PG pretty much the whole game, and PG kind of got into his groove later on, but, by that time, the game was already over with. Then, Kelly Oubre finished the game with 19 points and 8 rebounds. He was another guy that was just, doing what he could. And for the team grade, I'm going to give this game an A. I love what I've seen from the young guys out there. I love what I've seen from the young guys out there, and I love the fact that Vucevic was out of the lineup, giving other opportunities to other players to get minutes. So I was really, really impressed with this win. The next game, the Bulls will be facing the Clippers on Wednesday. That's all for the show. Make sure you like, share, and comment, and subscribe to my YouTube.